This lemongrass has done so many things. Not only can I use it for teas, soups, and for, you know, foreign cuisines, but I was also able to plant some so that I can have like a border area. I was able to put some in some containers so that it can then grow up later. And then I was also able to use the greens for the raised bed. So many beneficial uses all out of a lemongrass plant. So what's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so just like I said, we will be harvesting lemongrass, show you what to do, show you some things that you could do to prepare and to allow for future lemongrass establishments. Now, this is the first time that I've grown lemongrass, and I did it with the mindset that it would help repel mosquitoes, and I am sad to report it did not in the current state in which it was. Okay, now what was over there was the pallet deck, which we have since moved that bad boy out because I have future plans for this land, which it's gardening. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you what it is. It is gardening, but nonetheless, these things have to go, and I'm just not gonna cut it down. It is a plant, it is an herb, so I am going to harvest it, okay? And then I'm going to do some fun things with it because I do look to use it in future uses in this backyard, which I will explain later in this video. So make sure you stay tuned, stay locked in. And if you are new to the channel, hey, my name is Ricky. I do pallet bills, slowly down on those, gardening, things like that. So subscribe if you're into gardening, be it front yard or backyard, which now I'm in the backyard. My main garden is in the front yard. And so link in, tune in, lock in, okay? Let's get to 10K subscribers by the end of this month, okay, y'all? We can do it. One subscribe at a time. All right, so let's go ahead and get to harvesting, and I'm gonna show you what you could do if you do it my way with my thought in mind. Let's go ahead. So if you can remember when I initially planted these lemongrass plants, which I mean only the OGs, the ones that's been in it since the beginning, will remember, but they were just small seedling plants that I bought from a local nursery, and I planted them in this pallet raised bed, which I mean it wasn't necessarily a raised bed, it was just a border really that was made out of pallet wood. And so what I'm doing now is just extracting the wood from around so that I can get to the roots of the lemongrass now, which is ultimately where you want to harvest your lemongrass from. So just bear with me as I get it out of its holding chamber. All right, so now that I have my roots freed, what I'm going to do is try to dig it out, which as you can see, it is nice and free. It's nice and visible as far as what free is concerned. And so I'm just going to see how many plants that are actually in here. I believe it's 3. But it's been a long time since I planted this, so I honestly don't know. But it looks like this is a big one. And so what I'm gonna do is just dig around it or up under it. Nope, can't do it that one. Let's see. All right, great people. So what we can see now is the fact that it's a huge root ball system. And what I am doing now, which if you are just harvesting your lemongrass, you know, just the old fashioned way, well, or just trying to harvest your lemongrass and simply just that, you could just cut the top part off here and, you know, work for the stems and things like that. But what I am actually doing is seeing if there are any lemongrass stems that can be replanted immediately, because I do look to have a border along this here backyard garden of lemongrass, knowing the various beneficial factors that it has, not only for the body but also for the garden itself. And so if I could find any that have growing roots that can be immediately planted, and that's what I want. But at the time, I'm not really finding any in this one. So what I will do is go ahead and harvest it as anyone would, and just show you how to harvest this one, and maybe I'll get what I want on the other ones, because I do have 4 major plants sections that I will be harvesting today. So, you know, stick in with me and we'll see what we get on the other ones, and actually show you what I was talking about as far as splitting. So let's just talk about harvesting. All right, let's cut at the bottom. First step. So while harvesting lemongrass, what you want to do is cut at the stem, because the main areas that you will be taking part in are at the bottom, in which I have let this lemongrass grow for a long time. Actually, this is what I was looking for. As you can see, it's the bottom and there are some roots, and what I can do is just go ahead and plant this. I'll cut some of the top off. That will help allow for the root system at the bottom to get the necessary water for growth. But I can go ahead and plant this bad boy. So I'll just save this one, put this to the side. That's actually what I was looking for. So before I get to cutting, let's see what we can rip apart. Here's another one. Just took a little patience, knowing what I'm looking for, and then obtaining it. So this one I can actually harvest because it doesn't have a root system growing from it. All right, so all of these I'm gonna keep. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I will actually keep from this pile, and then the rest I will harvest, which, being down here, the smell is impeccable. I must say. And even what I can do and just show you all is that it doesn't hurt to go ahead and cut the tops, because the greens can't really do you anything as far as harvesting is concerned. I'm gonna just put these to the side, and I actually put it in my raised bed in the front yard because greens are good as far as composting is concerned. So it will benefit me there, not necessarily in the harvesting process. The smell of the lemongrass is one to acquire, I must say. All right, now that we have those cut as desired, we can now go ahead and harvest what we have down here. And we're just coming down to the root system and just cutting. Now I must say it is easier in doing it this way as opposed to just cutting, like peeling the leaves back and cutting like that, because the leaves can be sharp, very sharp, and what you don't want to do is cut yourself. That's why I am wearing gloves. That's why I am wearing long sleeves. Long sleeves are ideal for gardening no matter what the climate is. I don't care how hot it is. You will usually find me in the garden with long sleeves. Just helps me to protect myself in more ways than one. Once you've harvested, as you can see, I have some that are still at the roots. I'll just clip the roots off like so. I'll toss it over there for further cleaning. But I will say the bigger the base, the better the picking, we'll call it. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure these bottoms are taken off before I further clean the stems themselves. We collect what we want and dump what we don't. It's amazing how dull these have gotten. Well, I guess today isn't the only day that I've used them, so let me ease up. Well, could have been an angle, that was better. so was that. So again, I'm not really pressed for the skinny ones. It's the long ones, the thick ones really that you really want to focus on. The thin ones you could either replant or put them in some soil so that they can grow. And you can plant them, you know, wherever you want at the given time. And then once you get it to this point, what you want to do is just, you know, clear off the extra stems. Looks nice and clean like that. I'll just drop it to the side, in which I'll give those probably another trim just to make them shorter so it could fit into a bag for storage. Rinse those off in the sink inside. And I honestly will say it's much easier when you clip them from the rooted system as opposed to cutting them out and then cleaning them up once you cut them. I have a clean base. It just makes life easier. And so essentially that's what you want. And honestly, the lemongrass smell is it's amazing. I was about to say it's impeccable, but I don't know if that's even the word that truly describes what I'm smelling. But what I can say is the smell is awesome. That's ultimately what I want to say. I don't know why I was trying to be difficult and use a big word to say it. Oh, humans, you know how we do. All right, great people, so I have finished harvesting my lemongrass, which I have so much of it you're not even able to really like see it, but look at that. Look at all this fresh lemongrass that has been harvested from I had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants in total. Whoa, zoomed out. Okay, so 7 plants in total, and what I did was I planted some like I showed you over there. I also put some in my it's a water pot situation, but I also tried to like plant some in some, you know, little containers, but it started like drizzling, so I was like, oh snap, let me hurry up. And that's why the water container became the solution. And so what I'm gonna do with what I have over here is bag it up, put it in the freezer, safe. When I'm ready, I can achieve it. And what I would do with those that I am growing is, hey, if it grows well, I'll invite friends to come and get it. If not, ditch it, put it in the compost bin. And then the greenery area that was on top, it found its way in the raised bed. Okay, so this lemongrass has done so many things. Not only can I use it for teas, soups, and for, you know, foreign cuisines, but I was also able to plant some so that I can have like a border area. I was able to put some in some containers so that it can then grow up later. And then I was also able to use the greens for the raised bed. So many beneficial uses all out of a lemongrass plant. So I say all that to say, you should give it a try, you should give it a grow. It is not hard to grow at all. I honestly planted it and forgot it, truth be told. And I've probably gone through like 2 or 3 seasons in which I probably should have harvested, which is why I have such a large harvest today. But nonetheless, it did not die, it did not quit, it kept on going, it kept on growing. And then today we were able to harvest it, and now it is nice and clear in the backyard, which gives me more space to do what I want to do, which is garden. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe, click the bell notification so you can see what I do in this area, this full area. I am thinking about a no-dig approach. Now I'm thinking about I might dig, because this ground is so fertile, man. Everything that I put in the ground has grown stupendously. So I probably would just use the soil. Why not? It does well. Put some more things in and let it do what it does. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments section, what do you think I should do? Should I continue to grow in the ground, or should I do a raised bed, or should I do the no-till method? Like, there's so many options. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think I should do, and I will be attentive to what you say, and we will see what we will do. All right, great people. All right, I love you so much. I appreciate you all. Until next time, get your hands dirty. It feels good outside. It's great outside, and it wants to have you in it, whatever that means. All right, love you all. Till next time.